Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Henry from Ace Custom Cars, and we're talking about today we're going to talk about the fuel system for the 73 Camaro build on this Roadster Shop chassis. So we're putting it together. It's pretty basic. It's not an electric fuel pump or anything. It's all mechanical. So it's a little different than the other ones because you know, it is mechanical. So it's all really tight in here, but it's coming out good. So I'm gonna move you guys around so you guys can see what we're doing here, and I'll tip you up. So there is our fuel filter, all AN. I did AN 8. You could probably get away with the AN 6. I just wanted the true 3/8 dimension in the inside of the hose. The AN 6 is just a little bit smaller than 3/8 of an inch. And I'm just, you know, Henry, and I overkill. So that's what we're doing now. So we're running that. It's all just mocked up right now. There's nothing, you know, nothing permanent about it right now. But we will make it permanent once I get to the fuel pump, and I'm almost there now. The biggest problem here I'm having is I didn't even think about it, but we have to we got to drill holes in this beautifully powder coated chassis, and I didn't want to drill holes. I don't understand why they have holes on the one side, which is the driver's side, and not the passenger side on the frame rail, because the hoses for a 73 Camaro run on the passenger side. So you think they would, you know, run it on the passenger side, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying. But we got it, you know, we got it run. We got some of this done. So we got the clamps in. I had to modify the clamps. We had to modify the clamps, like everything else we had to modify. But what we did is we took our, as a matter of fact, I have one here. We took our double hose clamp like that. It had two, and all I did is lop off the one side, and then we paint, you know, the aluminum, and I can mount it as a single now, just because it'll look better than having two loops for one hose, because we don't have a return. So that's what we're doing now. So we are running right along here. Let's see. We're running right along here. I got holes drilled in here. See all the clips, single clips. We'll have one clamp, two clamps, and then it goes up and over the frame rail. Up and over the frame rail. These are the most difficult because if I would have thought about it, and I should have thought about it, I just didn't know how the hoses were going to run. I could have pre-drilled all of these holes before even putting the motor in. But you know, you're not sure where they're going to fall and exactly how they're going to fall. So you know, I'm doing them now, and I don't want to take the headers off because the headers are already permanently on and torqued down to the proper spec. So I don't want to mess with them because I'm lazy. Plus, I don't want to have to replace the gasket. So I'm over really close to that camera. So here's our AN line. We are using, you know, like I said, AN 8, all Evo Energy suspension, all Evo Energy hoses and stuff. So we got one more hole to drill. It'll come to here, and then we're gonna get it as close here. I'll probably put a heat shield here from the header, and then all we got to do is make our cut and our connection to the fuel pump, which is right here, and then that's it. So I'll bring you back as I go along, and I only got one more connection, actually one more hole and one more connection to do. We did have to buy an angle drill to make these holes because I didn't think of it. Like I said, I can make it easy and pull the header off, but I don't want to do that. So, but we're gonna get it. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is my Camaro. So I can't wait. It's really moving along. Stuff is starting to get really, like, I'm starting to see stuff get finished, you know. And like that's like the biggest thing, you know, to see something come from a pile to, you know, start really looking like something. It's like freaking bitching, man. It's you can't, you know, you can't go wrong when it's beautiful, you know. And with this Roadster Shop chassis, it's just like it's almost like a dream come true. I just hope it drives just as good as they say and all that other stuff. So I don't see it not doing that. I really don't. You know, it should handle these 500 horses without a problem, because, you know, they've run, you know, 1,000 plus in these chassis. So but it is looking good. We did take off the one section. That's why I did it all in V-band. So we did take off the one section of exhaust, which is right here, you know. So it's all V-band, really nice, and that makes it very modular. It makes it like a modular. So we can play with it. I just noticed though, I do have to adjust the cross member a hair. So we're gonna loosen these up and get it to go back about 1/4 of an inch, because I didn't realize it's touching the body right here. Not a lot, but it's touching, and I don't need any problems. So I'll bring you guys back when I get more further into it, you know, more further done, and then I'll walk you through the whole thing and show you what we used and what parts we used and stuff like that. So it's looking good. Peace. All right, so on this fuel line, we are using Evo Energy. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys how I modify the Evo Energy brackets for this fuel line. It's real simple. You know, it's really simple. So we just take the Allen key. We're gonna tighten them up so they're nice and close, nice and tight. So when you cut through one, you cut through the other. All right. Then what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna come to my bandsaw and we're gonna whack off this one loop, and I'm gonna cut it like pretty close to the flush to the hole. That way I have enough meat on the screw threads where the threads go through, and it's not too weak because it is an aluminum part. But real simple. It does get hot as heck, so it might take me 2 tries to get through it because I go outside and cool it off in the snow. So here we go. Just be careful with your fingers. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is my way. Like I said, all I'm doing is knocking off the loop. Ooh, getting hot, getting hot. Oh, let me pull it up in the snow. Winter's cooling properties, snow. Being that it's aluminum, it does transfer heat very well. So we should be able to finish off the cut now, and it still will get warm, but we should be able to finish off the cut. So when you're pushing through the last bit, don't push on the side that you're going to lose. Push more on the part that you're going to keep. And then that way it doesn't grab it pull your finger into the blade. Wow. This is a little sketchy, but if you're careful, you'll be all right. There's one piece. There's the other piece. So here's what we did. All we did is whack off that little loop, and we're left with this. Now from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over. So if you like my content, like, subscribe, send me a message. If there's anything you want to see, you know, if I'm doing something wrong, you can call me out on it. But like and subscribe. We can use all the help we can get to grow our channel, and maybe get a couple of extra projects in here. We got a couple more coming up for the summer, but you know, I appreciate everybody. Like that you watch my videos, and if I'm, you know, if I'm helpful, let me know, man. Let me know. It's good to know that you're helping somebody, or if I'm not helping you, if I'm corny, whatever, you know. We are at the bench now. What I do is, because I put them into my vise, I just grab 2 paint sticks like that, and I grab them like that, and then I can put them into my vise and squeeze hard, and I won't mar the edges because they are aluminum. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. I'm going to grab my file, and we're going to smooth them out. Takes a little bit of elbow grease, but we'll smooth them out. Because they don't, it's kind of weird, they don't make a single. They should make a single, which would be kind of cool, because like on an application like this, I need singles. So, you know, you put a double hose, kind of looks corny because there's a hose missing. So I'm not into that, you know, hose missing thing, okay? So we get all the marks out of it with that file. And now we're gonna switch over to a finer file. We're gonna get rid of some of that file's marks, which that one doesn't take long. Okay, so it's pretty smooth. Then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the file and I'm gonna break all the edges so they're not sharp. Break all the edges, all the corners, so there's no like sharp edges on it. It just feels better. You don't whack your finger and cut your hand open because it's got a sharp corner. And that's it. There you go. There you go. So now what I do, I'm sorry, not a pen marker, it's a paint marker. And then all I do is touch it up, because you don't want that chrome, the aluminum showing. Now, if you're looking for that look, you could strip off. You could strip off the paint and you know, make it, you know, chrome looking. You can make it chrome looking if you really want to. I don't see. You know, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't do it with the blacks. I would just buy these in silver, which I think you can buy them unfinished. If I'm not mistaken, you can buy them unfinished. And there you go. So now when you put it on a car, you don't see it. Okay, so after we get them all painted, what we do is we take them apart. Because remember, these clamps they're designed to just hold 2 hoses together side by side like that. They're not really designed to be bolted to the car or bolted to anything. So we'll pull the screws out. We'll disregard them. We go out and bought an 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch screw with the same thread, only because I bought the threads, you know, so it was easy for me. Now what I'll do is I'll come over to my drill press, the threaded part of the bottom one, because we're gonna bolt these to the car, and these will be actually fastened to the car. We're gonna drill out the threads, so it's just a through bolt. So I put them on my drill press, make adjustments. And we get rid of the threads. So we got a little burr there. End up with a little burr on the corner there. Take that off. So then what we got here now is we take one of the bolts that we bought, and these are all stainless steel. I bought stainless steel ones because I'm a big fan of the stainless steels. So the bolts are exactly the ones like they had the other ones, just a little bit longer. They fit in just the same. All right, and now what we do is we have a through. So it can't catch nothing. So we can actually fasten it and tighten it to the chassis, and it'll stay like that. And it'll hold the hose that goes through. So that's how I make these. You know, hopefully you guys can use them on your projects. All right, so here's how we assemble our AN fittings. So what you do is you screw this red one onto the hose to a certain limit. It's inside, you can see it's threaded, and then this one is tapered inside. I'll show you on the other ones. And then you just crank them down until they're flush. Once they're flush, it's a waterproof seal. So it's not that hard. The other ones are a little harder, the ones that have the little ferrule rings. They're not that, this one isn't that hard. It gets a little tough towards the end. Make sure you use AN wrenches so you don't scratch the crap out of your fittings. Because I scratched a couple in the beginning because I didn't think it was very necessary to have the AN wrenches. But it's important. You know, it's really it's aluminum against aluminum, so it doesn't beat them up, you know. But we just crank these down until we're flush. I'm just worried about the because this will spin. And you don't have to worry about, you know, clocking this one, because this one, you know, it spins. It's got it must have an O-ring in here, so you can adjust it to whatever your angle you need. Just bring them down nice and flush. Make sure they touch, and you'll be golden. They get harder as they go, but once they're there, it's easy. There you go. So that's the AN fittings. These are the wrenches. So pick up a set. Actually, pick up 2 of these. Don't pick up 1. And there you go. There's our hose made up. Now we will flush the line. You know, because when you cut it, you want to flush the line. So what I'll do is, that's why I didn't tighten anything. We'll blow it out, and then what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna take some gasoline and push gasoline through it and make it all come out with air, and it'll wash out the line. So this is the last piece that I have. This one goes right up to my fuel pump, and it gives me the final connection here.